Hello guys, hope you guys are doing well. I'm back with another video. So in this previous video I actually give a demo about this Ramadan website. So you guys already see the demo. So today I will build this website with you guys, and I will not code today. I'll just make you understand how to do that. Okay, and you guys will do that your own. And also the GitHub link and the live demo will link in the description. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so in this video you guys can learn how to switch theme, or you guys can learn like colorblind features for those who are colorblind problem. So in this Ramadan website I will use Formic for React forming. Then of course Next.js 13.2.1, I will not add FJS because I didn't get enough time for that. And I also use Next theme, and another thing is UP for React validation. Okay, so yeah, so if we head over to the website again, so in the first corner in the top part here we have the navigation bar. So for the things we work in this nav.js, and we use link in next link, and also use the use effect for using that like navigation bar in mobile view. It will close, open, or something like that kind of things will happen in here. Okay, and I already give you an example about navigation bar in my another video, so I will not explain broadly in here. Okay, so what I just did in here, I just take these things from my another project, and you guys can also check my other video. So I will just interact with, I'll just tell you about the interaction between like colorblind, off, on mode, toggle, or something like that. The whole things are actually changing by one click. And also I do one thing, donate project in here, like pricing tables. Okay, so yeah, and also the Ramadan calendar you will find in here. It actually from our Bangladesh calendar, not another state or something like that. I didn't use any API or something like that. And also I asked frequently questions. If you have any frequently question, these are all like dummy data. Okay, and also footer area. So for this hero section, and if you click donate people, I work with React Formic. You can see full name required, and also it has also the colorblind feature. You guys can see, if you didn't give full name, then it will say that full name required. So these things I will be get into in this video. Okay, so if we go to the PHP Storm, and in here in navigation bar I will just go to hero section, because you guys already know how to use that. And one more thing for navigation, and this colorblind feature I will explain in here. Okay, like if I go to the down side, like this colorblind component, see this colorblind component. So I use Next theme for this purpose. You guys can install Next theme by searching in here Next theme. In here you guys just need to like use next npm I next theme. Okay, install these things. Also you need to install UP, this one for React validation. And also I forgot that, and I also install UP, then Formic. Okay, this one. Okay, npm I Formic. So, and these things needs to be installed in your project. Okay, So I use formic in this particular area, in this form, like full name required. If you didn't give any name, it's also like pass must be at least 6 character, something like that. Okay. So in this colorblind feature, I actually mount those things, because if you go to the next theme page or next theme documentation, next themes, this one, you guys can see they will use mount point in here. Otherwise it will not work perfectly. Here you can see they mounted these things as post. Okay, so you also need to do that things. Okay, so maybe let's make it just a big little bit. Okay, so I use in here ternary function. Okay, ternary operator. So if it happen, then it will happen. So I just copy these things from next theme in here. You guys can also check this description in out. Okay, so in here, like, it will first check the current theme, like in our default system theme, or if you are using Windows or Mac or Linux, whatever it is, it's check the default theme. If it's in the dark mode, then it will automatically in dark, and otherwise it will be light or something like that. Okay, and I use the dark things in here because I already configured these things dark mode as a class in here. You guys can see, and for that reason I use dark in here. Okay, and here is the button I work in here, like if it's dark, then it will toggle that the color blind is on. Then I use a BS fill React icon. So you guys can see in here this icon from React icon. When I toggle, this will be changed it to on, and also the icon also changes accordingly. Okay, now, and another state, otherwise else, it's written this color blind off. Okay, so in this way it actually works. And one more thing, in Tailwind config.js, I set the theme color perspective like this way, like the default color will be this one, and for the primary, so for the color blind, the default color will be this one. Okay, so that's why it will change accordingly to this color. You guys can see. If I switch it to another color or something like that, it will change automatically in that particular color. Okay, like for example, suppose I wanna use this color as colorblind color. Okay, so if I give these things in here, and if I go back to here, and it will change accordingly of these things. Like you guys can see, it's changed a color in the whole things. See, so in this way it will work. Okay, so I'll get back to the again previous one. Yeah, so in this way I actually use this colorblind feature, and yeah, and I render the theme changer in here, and I give a transition and give a duration 300. If you give 500, then it will be a little bit slower. Okay, yeah, so I use this colorblind feature in this particular area, and it will use in the whole part. Like how it will work, like if suppose if I go to hero section, in here I have the dark class. When I use dark, where it is, like in here you guys can see dark text primary 50, then it will be changed when I click the colorblind feature on, then this class will apply automatically for every perspective. Like you guys can see, I didn't use in here. Yes, you can see dark, for dark you rotate 180 degree. It's a Tailwind CSS class. You guys can find it in the Tailwind CSS official documentations. Okay, so in this way actually I work for these colorblind features. And after that, if I go to page index.js, okay, hero 1 calendar. So in this calendar section I use flex, and I cut down everything in flex, every div, so you guys can see when I, and also in the in this under div I use grid and give grid call 6, and I give them gap between 28, and I make some changes, it rounded or border, something like that. But in this particular area you guys can see in here, like when it dark, the busy color will be primary 50, and hover busy primary, and dark hover busy primary 50. That's why it actually changes to in this color. Like if I toggle, this color is actually changing accordingly, right? So in this way it actually works. Okay, and I use the same thing for every part. Okay, yeah, okay. So I use this calendar JS in here. And also another thing, if I go here, FAQ section, I use headless UI. You guys already know, if you are a subscriber, you guys already know I use headless UI for this Tailwind CSS or Next.js or React. Okay, so I use headless UI like disclosure. If you go to the headless UI documentation, headlessui.com, in here, if you go to the dialog, sorry, what it was, I forgot. Oh, FAQ, right? So for this FAQ, I think I use disclosure, this one. You guys can see I use this disclosure. You guys can read the documentation accordingly, and you guys easily understand. And it also support Tailwind CSS. Okay, and they also use the Tailwind CSS in their design or front end. Okay, it's already Tailwind CSS own project, so yeah, they build their own. Okay, so now toggle things up. So I use this these things from headless UI, and also I design this footer area for donate or pricing table. I use one different color for this package, because this will be more popular than these two, and this also work as well in colorblind mode, you guys can see. Okay, yeah, and I also use Daisy UI for this button, and it's give a minimal clicky animation. Like if you go to one page to another page, you guys can see the animations, right? So yeah, if I go to donate pricing table, in here I use grid, and for normal things I use grid equals 1, and for SM grid equals 2, and for large screen it will be grid equals 3. For if I make it, I make these things as a responsive. So if I go to responsive, you guys can see in mobile skin or mobile view it will totally responsive. And if we go a little bit bigger, and it will go to 2 part in this area, and if we go more bigger, then it will go to 3 area, right? Grid equals 3 or large skin. Okay, so in this way I actually work. And you guys can also see I also use hover busy primary and dark hover busy primary, hover text white, and I use group, Tailwind CSS group. You must need to be understand the Tailwind CSS group. Like if I go to Tailwind CSS official documentations and get started and search for group, what is group, you need to understand. Okay, sorry, like you guys can see when you hover these things, the whole things actually change, the text also change, the dark background also change. So what you need to do, the main div you need to give group, and the sub div need to be group hover, like this way, group hover stroke wide. When you hover, when you group hover, then this will be stroke wide. The same thing I do in here, like I make the main div as a group, where it is, wait, let me see, a group, this one. So the main div actually group, and group forward, the things actually change. Like if dark mode, group forward will be busy in this one, and and normally group forward will be this one. So in this way I actually design this part, donation part. And also for the pricing table or pricing area, if I head over to the main page and donate, this one, let's just go to the formic things. I actually need to see, I think it will be on the login from so I import the formic field and error message from formic, and I also import use yup from yup for validation. Like you need to const validate scheme and call the function as object. Then you guys can see if name. I need to give if name, or use these things for the name area in this part. Like in this name I need to l name, if name I give here. If I use here first name is a last name, then I need to use in here first name and last name. Okay, and then if dot string, then maximum character will be, I just give a loop, like if a user give an input, then the minimum character will be 3 and the maximum character will be 25. Otherwise it will not work, and otherwise he will not going to submit that things. And also I use here a message. If I want to show a message, that like for minimum I would like to see 2 short message, and for maximum like full, or if you didn't give anything, like it will show full name required. Okay, so yeah, so if I first name required, if I want to say here first name required, and this one be last name required. And if we go back to here, you guys can say full name required. If I didn't give anything, last name required. Password also be same thing. Okay, so if I type 2 word, then it will say that 2 short. If I then click more than 3, then it will not say. And if I type more than 25 characters, then it will show some error, like first name should be at most 25 character. So yeah, let's just color blind off, then you guys can see the things perfectly. Okay, you guys can see first name required, last name required, something like that. In this way it will work. Okay, if I didn't give 3 character, it will not work. Okay, so yeah, in this way I actually did these things. So I will provide all the things in the description. You guys can check and also do along with this code. If you guys have any problem, just please let me know, and yeah, I will try my best to answer. Okay, so thanks for watching.